Hello, I set a little bit early, catch you out again, because I'm a bit worried today about painting in the style of. I do like doing urban scenes, very loose, but this guy who I found a few years ago actually, because of his figurative work, which I really like, and then he started doing these kind of urban scenes using all sorts of things apart from a brush, as well as a brush. So, and he paints in oils mainly, but you could do them in acrylics. Yeah? He paints in oils, and I found a video of his only yesterday actually when I was looking, because I didn't think there was anything. It's little clips of him doing things, but nothing painting. But if you go on YouTube, there's a free video documentary of Jeremy Mann. I forget who the director is. Anyway, it's called Solitary Man, and Solitary Man, M-A-N-N. And he goes through his one of his processes in producing one of these urban scenes. That's probably the way I do one of ours if we was in class. But looking at different ways of painting, the techniques he uses, I really like them. There's so much energy and simplifies everything into shapes. But when you stand back, it looks like lots of detail there. Figures, light, windows, you know. And he actually doesn't really paint anything. He just does all these marks. And when you're watching him on YouTube, it starts with a square canvas like this, a square gesso paper, yeah. And he marks off his horizon lines and his lines for going in. He's quite meticulous because he loops down them and everything. And he follows the line, you know, because it's a square image, it makes it easier on a square piece of paper. And then he just marks off where these lines are. But then he starts at the top. And I know Judy keeps asking me about a roller, but it's actually an ink roller when you do any printing. And you can get different sizes of these. The rubber, yeah, you can clean them, and we can paint with them. And he uses about 3 different sizes of these. He uses a lot of the paint on the side of the rubber, and he also rubs it out using the side of the roller. Yeah. So once he's marked it out, he just starts at the top and works his way down. What I think he does as well, he uses black. Yeah, and I don't use a lot of black, but I've started to use more and more by looking at some of these other artists that use it, and it gives you all these lovely grey tones. Yeah. I usually try and make it with burnt sienna and blue, but he uses burnt sienna and blue as well. But I think his main aim when he first starts is to capture the buildings, the light, a few people, cars, buses, zebra crossings, windows, everything within these tonal values. Scratching out, because he scrapes out, so I've got some card for scraping out. Because this building here, he just scrapes it out. This building here, he scrapes back there, you know, and then goes over it. I think a lot of it is working back into the white of the underpainting first. I can't see him, I don't see him using any white paint. And then when it's dry, I have seen at the end of the video, he goes back to these urban scenes, and then he starts using colour. He does the same with the figurative work. If you see one of his figuratives where he actually throws it in bin at the end, and he's doing this lady's head, and I think it's beautiful the way he captures all that chaos at the back, and then out of this chaos comes these beautiful figures. And then he uses oils, warmer colours and cooler colours to bring out the skin tones and the fabric. And he does the same with this because he glazes areas, and then he starts putting like red lights on cars and, you know, all sorts of lights in windows, things like that. But I think initially he brings out the cityscape, and he's not too fussy about having it perfect. Yeah, as long as he gets the kind of perspective right. So this one, it looks like There's a lot of burnt sienna. He's also got some blue, but I don't know if he's glazed over there because it looks like he's gone green. But if you glaze blue over sienna, you get a kind of, or cerulean blue, you're going to get a kind of greenish tone. So he could have done that later on. I haven't actually ever done one of his paintings. I think I've tried to do something similar with a brush, but I've never done one using these techniques. So it's a learning curve for me. I have got some tips, and I've got a set of brushes that I might have to use. We've got some palette knives, yeah, and I've also got a ruler for a bit of scratching or dragging off, a cloth naturally for wiping things down. I keep wiping. If you notice on the video, he wipes his roller on his shirt, his t-shirt. So yeah, good idea, but I'm not wiping mine on my t-shirt because it'll kill me. So I'm just going to use this cloth, okay? So we've got a flat palette as well because we need to pick up paint and put it on. Alright, so I'm going to try it this way first, and if we can't kind of emulate some of the marks he gets and things like that, which I did watch him last night, starting on the top and working his way down. He just starts scratching off and dragging paint and things like that. And then I'll start using white. But up to that, I'm trying not to use white. So I've got some titanium white, and we've got some ivory black, which again goes, lamp black, sorry. I've not got ivory. I think I've given it away. I've got some burnt umber, a bit of burnt sienna to give it some warmth. I've got my other colours of ultramarine, but I'm not putting them out until I might need them later to do a bit of glazing. But because it's oil, it will need to dry, won't it? You know? So we'll just see how it goes, okay? And if you're working along, good luck to you, because I'm terrified. So, yes, beautiful technique, lovely skill he's got. Very young as well, a lot younger than us, in his 30s I think, or 40s. So yeah, I'm going to mark off, this is one of his images, printed off. I'm going to mark off. Naturally, we are doing these kind of things as educational purposes only. Not trying to copy his work so I can sell it as one of these, okay? Or sell it as a copy of one of his. I'll probably keep it myself and put it on the wall if I like it. If I don't, it's a learning curve for all of us, isn't it? Yeah? And you'll learn something by doing this that you can incorporate in your style of painting. That's the idea, okay? So we've got our lining paper, square, gessoed. He uses, I think, 3 layers of gesso on his canvases because he wants a smooth surface. And I think he uses board actually, not canvas, because he wants a flat, smooth surface. Well, I've only put one on this one, and it's a nice texture to it, so it should work. Anyway, I've got some Yellow purified linseed oil as well. This might help with glazing over things, yeah? Just kind of glazing over or going over things that are already on. But I don't know what's going to happen, that's the thing. So I'm just going to mark things off first and then start at the top like he did and work my way down. So I'm not worrying about the colour too much. So I've got my lamp black I'm putting out. I know if you mix the white with lamp black you get kind of a greyish bluish tone. So perhaps that's what that is, but I don't know. So we're guessing quite a bit. I've got my burnt umber. There's a lot of burnt umber in there. There's a lot of burnt sienna colour. Might be a bit, I mean it might not be the exact colour that we've got on the print that he has on the original painting. So you know, we're just kind of, it's guesswork. And then I've got burnt sienna, and as we scratch off, you're going to leave these lovely warm and cool tones. So that should be that. So we've got some burnt sienna. Just squirt a little bit, say, because I can't get it back in the tube. And then I have got my white. I don't know how to put any out of knot yet. I might just have a little bit in the corners just to see what happens. And then use, you know, if I need to use it, probably use it. Now I'm going to mark things off, so we're going to just have a little black, brown and black, oops, turpentine, and then So there I can look, because he's got people here, yeah, and people are always, heads are always on the horizon line, unless he's standing on a step higher up, and then he's going to say anybody near to him is going to be lower in the horizon line, anybody further away is going to be on the horizon line. But let's disregard that for now, because this guy might be very small, so we'll say he's small, and the people in the background just walking past these bins, a couple of bins on the horizon line. So you've got a straight line, which is actually, again, about a third of the way up the painting. So we kind of measure that 1, 2, 3, yeah, we've got a kind of line here, which is going all the way. When he does this, you can hardly see the line, because he just puts a line in. So from that, we've got the centre of the picture, and from the centre here, we've got a line going this way, which is that, and then we've also got a line going that way. You can see these kind of shapes here, that's kind of markings he's got, because this would be wider here than it is, because it's going off into this direction. Yeah, and these are straight lines, so just off left centre where the figure is, so the figure is going to be about here, because that's the head. And so I'm just putting her in, because that will help with everything else, because this disappears into a big block of dark tone. Yeah. So I'm getting some more black and umber just to sketch with. So here we've got this really nice shape. This kind of he doesn't do this that way. He just puts in the markings. As we come from the roof, we can actually do the line that's going down to the horizon. And as you're coming down from that line, you go into the lines from the windows. So you're getting these kind of shapes, yeah. Yeah. If you want to put them in, something like that, fine. Just to help you, and then as you're coming down to the horizon, you're going less and less. It's steep, less still, all going to the horizon line, which is in the middle of your picture. Okay, so as you come down here now, you've got the top of this building or doorway, and that comes in, it comes down, and then it disappears. Don't forget the buildings go below the horizon, because that is where the feet are on this girl, and that's where the angle for your buildings are. So this is why he does all these kind of markings, so he can get his perspective right. And if you look at this shape, then it's a big block of kind of tone that comes all the way down to the floor. Right? I mean, I paint a different way then, so I'm drawing things that you wouldn't do, but I'm doing it because it's our first time copying this technique. I'm just having a look at what shapes we've got. So from here we've got this line, which again is like that, and then from here we've got the road, and we've also got the buildings on the other side of the street. So because that's here, and then the other side of the street is probably disappearing, something like that. So again, that is going, which you can't see, but it's going off into the horizon. Alright, and as we get down the street, about another third in, 1, 2, 3, you can see these thirds. Really interesting, I think. So you've got 1/3 there, another third in the middle, and then another third here. And we've also got this really nice shape which comes from about here, where it disappears, and then it comes down, and then it goes that way, because that's going to the horizon as well. So you've got this angle, and then it disappears. And then here we've got the white, or the creamy building, you can see. Shape there, shape here, just this bit. So I've got that shape, this building is all the way up to the top, it's kind of a bluey grey up there, so, and just marks really, like he's using his, the roller actually gives you a broken line, so you don't actually get a flat shape, it kind of breaks it up. Okay, away to go. Anyway, you get a palette knife, get some black, put it on. You can add a bit of chips on there just to mix it up a little bit. Get some oils. I don't think he uses tips much. He just picks up the colours. So we need to kind of separate that. We'll use a little bit of sienna as well. Mix it together. You can use, like I said, you can use some lovely linseed oil, but then I'm not too fussed about that at the moment. I just want to keep my palette knife safe in one place, so cause I might use that. No rush with the paint drying. Okay, so again, so we start like around here, which is what he's doing, and then he's marking off areas like this. So I'll be coming down like that, yeah, and then he's going across there, down the side of that building. Yeah, he's using the side of the roller actually to give you these lovely tonal values. Okay, and then here we've got the same thing coming down the side of that building. So roll it on the paper, don't be scared. This one, and also he has my temptation to do a lot of this, okay, to do splatters. Just be careful if you're in a house. He does the splatters and he scratches off, so he's got this lovely warm area like this, so we get quite a bit of paint coming down to the floor, and this is where the lid is, and that's shape, it's right here, and there's a guy here. Okay. Having a look, I've got a big brush as well, which it's got a little bit of chirps on, and then I've got some scratchy out stuff. Yeah. Coming across here, you've got these little shapes, and these, they look like there's a building behind this one, and all you can see is these lines where the windows are. Yeah? Things like that. Up here, we've got these angles, so like that. Okay. I'm going to use a little bit more chirps and birch sienna because I want to have a kind of sloppy feel to this bit because it's quite runny, and I know when he puts it on we have this kind of runny consistency that goes down the canvas, so this is this kind of, so if I block that in, okay, just kind of get thicker paint because that's not even touching it yet, and then as you're coming along we get these cars down the bottom and other things going on. I think I may have to use some white because it's just soaking in quite a bit. I'm just getting my darks in first to give me that lovely shape. So I'll use a bit more black and burnt sienna and burnt umber. So I'm looking down to where these shapes are. So we've got this really nice area there. Want more black actually. I'll put some oil on. Should we? We try a little bit. Just in a corner first. Don't put a lot. The only thing with linseed oil, it takes ages to dry. Yeah. He uses a massive big plate as well, so that's worked a little bit better because it comes down to this lady near the street. A bit more black, isn't it? A bit more black. Where you can see the tops of the cars and reflections in the street, what have you. What am I doing? I have no idea. So we got the windows, it's kind of nice and dark there. The bottoms of the windows. I've got some other windows here. Yeah. Bit more black. It's sliding off my oil now, so it's not. It's helping when I get it on the picture, but it's sliding from the oil. So this is the black. I think. Can you see the marks he's used there? That looks like turps to me. He's got some splatters here, and it just looks like turps. Okay. This is a little bit darker. Corner of building. Corner of building. Now I know what he does do is use a scraper. I have got a scraper, which is that, but it's nowhere near thick enough yet. But what he has got is a palette knife. I'm going to use this palette knife to bring out this shape of that building, which is like something like that. Corner of the building. We can use a brush, big brush. There's some lovely darker shapes like that. If you look at that, blend it up to the top, draw it. So a little bit of tips on this. Just give me some of those shapes. Like that. Cloth or tissue, I should say. Okay, so you kind of drag that up, can you see? We got this light on the building. We've got the light at the back, so yeah, I've worked out a way of doing that. Because it's not, and we want things in the background to be just blendy a little bit, so we just add a bit of turps to that to kind of soften all that area. Yeah, if you do too much, you're going to lose the building in the background, so what I just do. Add the turps, let it run. Watch him, and then you will see how he kind of, the way he does it. Yeah. So by adding these marks now, I'm just using turps really, and this will soften edges. You see, take lights off. You want to keep some areas. Oh yeah, that's quite dark, so I'll leave that. This goes over here, which is quite a nice block of tone. A guy here walking towards us. The road. Okay. Put that away. Pick up some more dark colour. I've got my palette knife here. So on the edge of this building, I've just got these kind of shapes and a dark shape at the top, which goes into this shape at the bottom. So you've got these nice dark areas. I want to lighten this bit actually. So the best way of lightening it is, because the paint's not thick enough yet, put some turps on. It looks like he's got some kind of squeegee going all the way across there, like that. You see? So there's an actual light here that goes all the way across that building. But if you like, it's a kind of charcoal and acrylic technique, because I'm just putting my darks in, and then we're adding light later. Right. Tissue, keep it nice and subtle. Lovely light area there. Keep the nice light down the bottom of the street as well. Don't matter too much about people at this moment in time. Get my chips into our sienna just to warm it up a bit. I think we're going to have to use some white actually, just to do a quick version of him. We haven't got time to do what he does. So if you want to try it on your own, just by mixing things rather than yeah. It's kind of a watercolour technique as well, isn't it? It's like letting the terps do the work. We've also got a nice big brush that can blend. Yeah, things like that. You can scratch it out so you get the lines in the road, you get things happening here. Don't have to use your nails, so you can use a palette knife. So again, the problem is I keep losing my stuff. Bit of sienna over this side, just warm it up. Warm that area up. Look at this, take the light off in some of these areas. We've got some lovely reflections, so we can look at this bit. We've got a really nice kind of look at this area. So it's the bit under here which is, it's like the top of a truck, and that's all you're seeing. And then there's something else over here, you see, and that's all you see. These dark shapes reflected in the floor. Lovely. Because we're on gesso, you can go about majority of these kind of marks. Yeah. Excuse me. It's the terps. Scratching out some of these marks. Also, he's got these lovely kind of things that are sticking up from objects and pulls off areas like that, and then drags it across the street like that. You know, it's a really nice way of painting. You really have to kind of keep standing back. This is the truck. You've got a bus here as well, so this is going. That's the back of the bus. It's also got lights. Now, he does use this roller for taking light bits off, so I don't ever can do it, but yeah, takes things off like marks like that. Okay, nothing too spectacular. He's probably got a better roller than us. If I use a palette knife, I can take the light off as well, and at the top of the street, yeah. You've got these reflections, see, in the floor, coming that way, and then they go in the other way, which is that direction. Another brush, keep blending. Right, I'm going to try it. I've got a little bit of, no, I'm not trying it because there's something I've just missed again. So I want to get these, I had them in and then I went over them. These markings for the building in the background. And then kind of blue shape coming down to here, in the middle of the street. So keep your all clean, okay? Go about. Start to use some white. I've got a bit of ultramarine blue, which I'm going to add for the background. And I've got a touch of, I think he uses yellow ochre actually, isn't it? And I haven't got any, I don't think. So I'll just stick to me sienna with the white. Make a bit of room. So I'm going to make some pigment and kind of drag it down into the picture. So using a bit of white. I'm actually sure he didn't do it this way, but because of time constraints, I'm just trying to see if we can get a similar kind of picture to what he does. I'm nearly more than sure that he actually brings it out using glazes over the top. Okay. Try and use some yellow as well. Blue. It's like these lovely kind of shapes in between. And as you're getting into the middle, the light going down the street, building in the background, touch yellow. Especially here. And a light on this building. Okay. You can use something for, I used to have a lovely square kind of palette knife. So when you're doing these kind of windows, you have to make sure, so he's probably taking them out actually. You have to make sure they're all in a line. Don't forget when it's dry you can glaze. So we can glaze it warmer, cooler, whatever. Into the building, nice. Okay. Sides. We got these shapes coming down. This actually takes it off a bit. Shape. Excuse me. I've got a nice flat brush as well, which is going to be helpful with my sienna white areas. So I look on this side of the building, got these lovely kind of blocks of tone, a nice light area coming down the front. As you get down the street here, it's enough white because the shadows on the right and then the light down the street, and then you got these little blocks of tone in between the dark bits like that down the street, giving you depth, add warmth. So you got yellow, bit of white. See, I've completely changed tack. I know he's not done it this way, but if we can get the same effect, more or less, I'm happy. The horizon line for the lady was here. Okay, so that's the white of her head. I'm just going to block her in with a bit of dark tone, a bit of bit umber. So I'm talking about this, well, I'm saying a lady, it could be anybody. There's a lovely dark area around her that actually brings her out, you can see. No ways he kind of painted that, I think he's just blocked it in. He does use a brush though, you know, so anyway, and then you get in the back, and then you can just see her legs, something like that, going down to the floor of this building. Yeah. So that's alright. Small person. Take some lights and darks. This is where your dustbins are. They're actually on this side of the street. Got some dark shapes here. They actually look like people. Yeah. A dark shape here, more or less burnt umber and black. So I've got these blocks of tone. We can scratch into these just to create lights because we don't actually want to have a perfect line of dark or whatever, and we just glaze over it later, like I said. So here we've got these lovely darks at the side of this very light building. That goes off into a grey tone, so it's probably going to be a mixture of the white, the blue and the sienna. It's going to give you a grey, you know. So we get this kind of, you can see, so this is a grey tone. So I've mixed white with that, okay, and you can go across there as well. So again, these grey areas, we've got more kind of warmer colours really, especially on the floor as well. So again, looking at the shapes of the windows, I do know that he scratched that out because I watched him do it, and it was amazing when he did it because he just went shh, just like that, not like that, just like that. But the paint, we know now, has to be very, very thick. Okay, so yeah, we want to be nice and thick. So that's the bus, and then that's the shadow from the bus down the floor, which is actually going over a tram line or whatever. Like that. Going this way. Same here. Bus shape negative. Under that part of the building. And just add a bit of white and sienna, because if you look, just here it's going warmer, so I want the light to be at the bottom of the building, and I want it to get darker as it goes up into that area. Alright, and same here, go across there to give you that kind of nice warm area. Yeah. See if this works. Takes it off, blend it. The more pigment you use, the better. You're going to get a thicker tone. As you can see when you look at the picture, look at his picture. He's got a palette knife and he's just kind of gone straight through this area and this area with the knife, all the way to the, to give you some kind of structure there in front of it, but nothing too obvious, huh? Things like that. Okay. But don't worry, it's all a ploy, it's all a plan, it's all the shapes and a lovely tonal values. Going down the buildings here. It's straight lines. Okay, you've got a lovely block of tone there. Add a bit of blue to that. Wee bins there, because you've got this scratchy kind of tonal value, and I've got another one here. Scratchy tonal value. Side of that bin. See if we can scratch this off. Get your credit, get your flat palette knife, do a bit of this across the street where the bus is. Put the lights on the bus like that. Back of the bus. You've got a line there. It's down the street. It's just, what is it? I don't know. Shapes. Stand by. Is everybody with us? I'm going to get some more white. White is coming into the picture now because we need the warms. I could do with some yellow actually, I forgot to put it out. Proper yellow. Never had much time. I've got a little bit of cadmium. Yeah. Got yellow. Just to warm the picture up with the whites I'm going to use. And we also need some space. stop using my roller for that, anyway. Yeah, keep the worms over that side. A nice flat brush. Lots of white, touch of yellow, some sienna. Yeah. Because you're getting these very strong kind of toner values. He's got a really nice kind of shape there, which is from the paint. Yeah, we can drag this down a little bit using sienna. Because it's going into the kind of the wall at the back there. And then it probably drags, there's a lovely light there actually coming from the side of the building. Going that way. So I know for a fact he didn't do that. I know for a fact he just scratched that bit out, which was lovely to watch. But I want to get this, the texture he uses on these buildings are just kind of amazing. Yeah. And all I'm trying to do is copy the colours, so and not exactly the same. Okay. So I got this kind of bluish tone. I'm going that way and that way. Whatever. But I'm trying to do what he was doing. I'm not kind of being too fussy. It's gonna keep the people, keep the person you've got, the lady with the head, because that is your horizon line. And there's also people here. Okay. And the guy who's walking towards us, who's slightly lower, but he's here. Yeah. So he's about there. So we can keep him marked in. We've got some reflections in this building, and then here we've got, it won't come off, see. So I have to use small brush, lots of light, lots of white. So we can just see where I've got the bottom of the windows there. I can put those in, and then I've got a kind of square block here, and then I've got a lovely light catching this thing, and then a little bit here and there, and then a bit in the middle. This goes this way, then you get shadows, so this goes lighter, can see? And you just make that kind of shape. You probably did that with one stroke. Yeah, it's just fabulous to watch. So I have got my little one brush out now, so it's like zigzagging. Where you're getting these lines here, we've got some really nice straight pure white lines. A lot lighter than that. A lot straighter than that actually. I could probably take the edge off. I'll just go into this one. Can't talk while I'm painting a line. Really difficult. Yeah. Down the street here, beautiful warm kind of reflected lights coming from a sunset, and then because it's going around a corner, disappearing into that shape. So the yellow's helping there, yeah. We've got some cadmium yellow. The yellow's going to help between these shapes of that building down the street. We've got kind of greenish tone, which is probably just my printer actually. Anyway, we've got this lovely kind of warm or lighter who's coming in, blending up with this, which is a little bit darker. So we go a bit of kind of bluey, and then this goes down and blends into a shape kind of coming out from the corner. I mean, he does take a long time to paint these. He doesn't do them in a well like we do. He does, and he's a bit kind of Jack Vitriano-ish in that respect, that if he doesn't like it, he throws it in the bin, like he did with the... I mean, yeah, I paid him a fortune for that, but never mind. He threw it in the bin. And then he started another one, so yeah. I think is the idea of just using a roller to put in the marks and put in some of these shapes is just fabulous, because we're always striving to different ways of applying paint. Yeah, it's like when we're doing this shape here, we just paint around the windows, and the windows kind of appear. You know, as you get these shapes. Again, we're getting these. A lot of the tonal values are already there, and you have to keep standing back just to get the feeling for the shape of the window. Okay. This is what makes me think that these have been glazed. And they're quite simple. If you look at when we do watercolour, I mean, Alvaro Castagne and, you know, another one of my people I aspire to, Joseph Bukvich. They're quite similar to one of the watercolour scenes, aren't they? Yeah. So he's just picking out bits of areas of tonal value. Alright, and then we can, we've got this bus shape and the light. So I do think a lot of that is just dragged out, especially as you're getting down to the street level. Okay. Every now and again you'll see him use a little brush and do things like that. Not like I'm doing all the time. But he's just dropping things in, scratching things out, putting things in, using pure white now and again. This bit here, it looks like it's just got straight across the picture, which is very tempting for me and my squeegee. So because I'm learning, when I found my squeegee, I've thrown it in the bin. We'll squeegee it, should we? Right, I'm going to go across the picture. Across the picture, we can also go down. I love the soft background. Down there. Right. Nice flat brush again. Lots of white. And coming down the street. So here we need this, these marks created to give us perspective. Lighter tones, darker. Right. The bins, they're actually blues. So doesn't matter. Person here, the light on the floor. This guy's got a lovely, kind of has a green shadow. He's got a nice shape to him. I'll just put him in jacket, and then he's got a broken leg. You'll find that when artists do people walking, you try and let the legs disappear. We don't want to be doing feet, anything like that. Looks like he's got a cap on as well. Okay, so I'll pick it up more black, yeah, because as I look just below this area, we've got a really strong dark shape. Which brings you to the people who are just walking down the street, or walking down from the side of somewhere. That goes across to the corner, and then we get another one there. Little bits of marks. blob of black here from the door. What time is it? I can see me being in all afternoon doing this. Loving it. Loving to bits, okay? Pick it up. Pick something up. Use it. Shapes. Great tones. Where you get in the windows. Nothing too obvious. Okay. Clean it. More white. Okay, so again we're back here and then into this bit. You can actually see where it's just let the paint run. Because it's let this just run down the street. And they've got these marks. Blended. See, I'm trying to paint him, but he's just left them as a blend, as a run. Alright. Let's come back. Wow, sun's shining. Let's have a cup of tea. Get in there. I think it's getting there. You have to work out his exact palette. You can get it online, but I'm sure he uses yellow ochre. And I'm sure he glazes at the end mainly. So it's like when you get the light down this street, see, there's nothing kind of going on here. It's just light through things, and then you've got really strong areas of tone, you know. Yes. Again, we've got this light hitting the building, nice and warm, bit of yellow in there. As it comes down here, it's going warmer. We're getting the shapes coming down from the buildings, so you're getting this. So I want to scrape that. So another way of, blending one tone into another is just to scrape it across like that. So you destroy the edge. And then we can use some more black to bring the edge out again. As you get in here. See? And some shapes. And of course, keep losing this car. If you look, the black areas are more or less in the middle of your picture. I mean the pure blacks. So it's like around this person's head, down the side where the bins are, and then you're getting blacks down the street, broken up with light areas. And as a person's, somebody's walking here, you've got feet. scratch. And legs, warm, cool. It is sienna, that. You can see the warmth. I quite like the squeegee effect, which is what he does actually. He does the squeegee effect. He just does that and does this and shakes it all about. Do the okie dokie and then you start seeing very light tones. Have a little bit of sienna and yellow. I don't like my cadmium yellow, actually. So it's like here we've got this strong light around the figure who's walking down the street. Dustbins, lids, and the front. Yeah, across the floor, down the bath, pavement. There's a lovely white area there. Takes you into this other area. Side of the wall. You can see where it's just left these little marks. Shape. And one shape changes into another shape. How many for down? Oh, that's about. If you haven't watched the video, watch him. I mean, I don't mind promoting artists who I really like. I don't like promoting artists who steal a living. But we are trying to learn. You never stop learning. Yeah. Never stop learning. It's the idea. Beautiful. Like that. It's just chaos. It's chaos. Up here, it's got this drag, and then a kind of, I don't know if he's used his fingernail or, I see, kind of, but I think that's the underpainting actually. Top of the building, going off into this yellowish. I have not got the tone of these because I'm not using yellow ochre. Forget, so if you are using yellow ochre, let me know how it goes on. Right, the top of the bus. And it's again, it's got this little shapes here. Not actually on what they are. I do know it's got a very dark edge in places. You actually start seeing a kind of a car or a bus down the street, and there's some more cars and just little bits of light catching them. There's a person there, actually, I've just seen his head. So this black shape is a person. This area looks like it wants scraping, all of it. I might actually let it dry and do some more tone colours. So, because it looks like this is going all the way across. Quite atmospheric, don't you think? Yeah. Oh, you can actually see his face, but I'm not. I'm just going to give him a blob. Mr. Blobby. And he does have a one-eared brush, because I've seen it. And this is the one that he uses for things like this. Putting white bits in. Yeah. Like a blob of white here and a blob of white there. It's kind of the shapes between the scaffolding and around things. Yeah. Out of chaos comes harmony. If you look near the bin here, there's a brown bit. I don't know the relevance. Again, looking at these bins, start to see the exact shapes and where the light's catching tops of them. It's amazing. It's amazing. Still there? Good. I didn't hear anybody. I just somebody was shouting. Another thing I think he uses, and I forgot to get that out as well, I'm rubbish, is paint on paper, on tissue or newsprint, yeah? Because I think it just kind of dabs the paper in places and then puts it like in an area like that, presses it on and just leaves textures, yeah? Same over here. All the time you should be building up to pure white. Okay. And then anything in between. Anyway, he's an American artist, yeah? In case you don't know. Check him out. I think these things are so exciting. Have to own one. Front of this is like a van here. You can just see the roof and the front. It's not as obvious as that actually. And then you see the lights. And those are reflected. Okay, I think some of the windows have been squeegee too. They're not all white. They've been squeegeed down in places. You look. really nice dark shapes. I think I may put it on my wall. This is my attempt to create something that's quite similar. Yeah. See, nothing much to say now because we're painting in the style of a contemporary artist, someone of today. I mean, I don't mind doing impressionists and things. I think you start seeing artists, what artists are producing today. Some of these younger ones, they're just amazing. They've no inhibitions. We're just scared to death of making a wrong brush stroke. They don't mind. You shouldn't mind. You should think, I can always do another, and I'll only learn by making a mistake. So what's the point? What's the point of worrying, as the song goes? Is it a song? Yeah. Any roads up. Have a go. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. It's lovely putting a mark on and then standing back, seeing if it does the job, more or less. Needs a little bit more depth to it. I mean, my kind of grey sky. But like I said, he comes back to painting at the end and does more, a little bit more to it when it's dry. So it's you've got the chance to glaze, knock things back. Okay. Right, if I've gone quiet, it's because I'm thinking, what can I do next? Whereas what I should be doing is saying, I'm quite happy with what I've done, so I'm going to leave it. Yeah. I could could start using. Put a few more people in. I better see the guy stood here with a white jacket on and his arm. So as you start looking, you see more. And come to the bus. Oh, tram. Might be a tram. Might be the tram. Again. Yeah, so here we've got this shape. Like a stanchion. Like Wigan Station. Right, I'm going to leave it, I think, because I'm just going to keep filling. And the devil went down to Georgia. It would be nice to get that colour. I like that. That greeny and that yellowy colour it's got there. So I'll have to look at my palette and see if I can find something. Or look online. Usually if you Google it, you find these palettes. Well, I've known about him ages, but I've never kind of looked him up for copying his work. So okay, you can't stop. That's what I use my paint up. Just has these little marks like edges of buildings. And where the light goes a little bit lighter, I'll take it off. Well, I'll leave it, then have a look at it because it's far past. Okay, I'll take my tape off, see if it looks any better. But yeah, I think he's using a lot more paint. I think he's using a lot more squeegee and roller. Well, he is. And he's doing glazing when it's dry. Because that's how he does the bigger ones. There you go, in the style of Mr. Mann. Nowhere near as good as his, like, but I've learned a few things by doing it. Which is exactly what you want to do, because you don't want to be too fussy, do you? And yeah, you could do quite a bit of glazing, dragging your squeegee over it, let it dry, glaze the colours, which I'm going to do. I'm going to use some nice warm and cool. I think this is more cerulean and yellow. Alright, can do for now. So thanks for watching, and if you have a go, put your work up and let's have a look. and we can all say how wonderful it is, or not. Okay, bye for now.